Hey everyone, I'm going to set the record straight to put a counter to all this fake news garbage that's flying around social media. Get this through your head. Whether you like it or not, Allegiant Stadium, also called Las Vegas Stadium, is late. And according to documents released by the Stadium Authority, which Don Webb chose not to mention, the Stadium Authority Board chose to ignore. I gave them a pass by not asking about it during public comment. I should have. And the media has consistently ignored it if they ever bothered to know it was there. And some did. In that the construction consultant wrote this right here regarding the stadium and its schedule, and it must be read. I read it before, and I'll read it again right here. Take note. Project schedule. I'll save you the trouble of reading the entire prose before your eyes by pointing out it reads that project closeout was extended from October 31st, 2020 to November 31st, 2020 in February, and it was unchanged in June. Respecting the uncertainty of the inherent to the COVID-19 crisis, the stadium's opening event, Garth Brooks, remains scheduled for August 20, 2022. The opening preseason games, and they go on to be listed, okay? But then they note this. First, they say the closeout was extended. Then they say substantial completion is anticipated here. Substantial. But project closeout means you still have things to work on. That's noted here. They say we have noted the project's tail, or the work that will be required after substantial completion, has increased. Roughly $144.6 million in project costs are currently anticipated to be incurred after the project reaches substantial completion between August and December. That work now stands at 7.3% of the overall project budget. Folks, that means this. It means the stadium is not finished. And so because the stadium is not finished, it would be very irresponsible for Clark County to issue a certificate of occupancy for that structure. Don't fill in the blank here by guessing at what parts of the stadium need to be finished at the project's tail. That is something that the Las Vegas Stadium Authority should tell the public. This is ridiculous. And for you all to allow this to go on should be criminal. You're going to allow major events to be played in that facility without knowing what this $144.6 million in project costs are between August and December? 7.3% of the overall project budget, that's almost 10%. And it keeps going up. Okay? That wasn't mentioned at the Stadium Authority meeting. Don Webb kept crowing on about it being finished on time, and you keep quoting him without knowing what you're talking about. If you have a construction consultant that tells you the stadium is not finished, it means it's not finished. If you have that organization telling you that there are events to be scheduled, that organization is not going to say in black and white they shouldn't be done. Because, as we've seen in past reports, whenever there was the smidgen of a hint of discord in the messaging, it was corrected. This is awful. There's nothing so important that you have to essentially send out the message that you're willing to risk lives to finish the building. And yes, 31 people, workers, who got the coronavirus are still recovering. And not only that, remember this, we don't know the outcome of that test of the workers that has been done. Then no one said anything. We don't know how sick anyone is. We do know that there are people, 31 of them, 31 workers, who have it, and perhaps more. This is nonsense. Absolute nonsense. I will say this. I don't care what anyone says. It is purely, simply insensitive to the lives of people to schedule events in a facility that is not finished. If that $144 million is tied in any way to the lien that Merrill Steele lawsuit that Merrill Steele slapped approximately a year ago, then those have to deal with structural issues regarding the steel. What is it specifically that needs to be done? Tell the public. Stop the games. Stop the guessing. Stop the BS. Tell the public. Thank you.